purpose as a president for ANC, but also the parliament has sort of passed that law of land land without compensation. So I think those are the four critical points that I'm expecting him to put across. The rest he has done. He has signed the bill of minimum wage. I think he has done very well in that, and also just to provide key direction in what the government stands with regards to the influx of foreigners in the country, because I think there's a bit of instability in that front.
Are we expecting any more summits to be announced?
I think being him being a businessman, so to say, I think summits create more of a hype and understanding of what people feel around the country, and also it gives him that platform to sort of gauge in terms of the business input or the business support. If you look at the billions that were sort of put in late last year, it was a bit high. So I think to answer your question, yes, I'm expecting that, and I think he's taking the tune, or he's using a summit to gauge in how the economy of the country or the job creation will look like in the future.
Just the last question is, which EFF will show up tonight, presidential or militia?
I think it's tricky to answer that question, considering that if you look at how they've been in the past 6 or since Ramaphosa has taken over, in terms of being vigilant, as we used to know them from the Jacob Zuma's era, I wouldn't know much in terms of what body language or what posture they will take. I think we might see a different EFF, but the issue is that if you remember, there's still an issue around the Busesa 500,000 that Ramaphosa had tiptoed in the past couple of months. I think they might use that, but remember, they need to approach this in a good political way, considering that we are nearing the elections. Their approach needs to also resonate very well with their voters, and also they need to come up with a strategy that will convince the non-voters, all people who have not yet decided on which party to vote. Today, I think it will be their platform, considering one thing: the whole of South Africa will be watching SONA. It's unlike the manifesto, whereby people had a choice. It was weekend, people went jollying, people went out for whatever, for their businesses. But today, the approach needs to be carefully orchestrated to sort of pull in some new voters. But just to finalize and also answer your question, I'm not sure of what, but I have seen a different EFF, matured one. I think the approach might be different, and I'm hoping for them to behave very well so that they can also show the old people or the grannies who have been sort of saying that they are volatile and they're violent and a whole lot of those things, so that they can take 3 or 4 voters from the older people. And this is their opportunity. They need to use it so that they don't lose voters. Actually, the point I'm putting across is that today it's a win or lose for them.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you'll be available to chat to us more often.
Thank you so much, sir. Take care. Enjoy yourself.
All right. Cheers. All right. That's Mr. Nzenga, Madzenga, who was speaking to us. Some powerful insights right there. And hopefully we'll enjoy speaking to him. Just before we go to that break, I want to play this. Due to the last question that I've asked.
Consistent. This is the last State of Nation address of the 5th Democratic Parliament. And we are coming here as the EFF, it has been a very successful 5 years in terms of the parliamentary engagements of the EFF. We have changed the face of this parliament as the EFF. Like every State of Nation address, many people are always anticipating what the EFF is going to do, what it's going to say, and everything else there. So the whole country is on attention, listening and waiting to what the EFF is going to say and how we're going to deal with the issues of accountability and everything else. So that is one of the things. But it has been a very good 5 years for the economic freedom fighters because we have had a necessary impact. Other than many other things that we've achieved, the greatest things is that we have been able to put legislation, we've been able to hold the executive accountable. But also we have managed to remove a president. We removed Jacob Zuma as the EFF. We made him to resign.
88.9 FM. Welcome to People's Station. One Nation FM.
Finding excuses. Listen, I'm embarrassed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself.
Wool up, just wool up.
I'm embarrassed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself.
Just wool up.
I'm embarrassed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself. But once again, Chair, I am a racist. I agree.
Damn! This is One Nation FM on 88.9.
AM Karim Attorneys, over 25 years experience. We assist with all legal matters including property transfers, estates, wills, commercial law, property law, labor law, CCMA representation, marriage contracts, divorce and general legal matters. Corner Vet Club and Doornkral Street, Ladana.
Call AM Karim Attorneys on 015-293-1666. That's 015-293-1666.
Live from the capital city of Limpopo, this is One Nation FM on 88.9.
All right, if you just tuned in, this is One Nation FM, and the show is The Robust View with Isaac Wagamuselani. We're still doing SONA preview and build up. If you're watching on TV, you can see the whole red carpet, and we talked about previously about the mood around it and how people, this bourgeois look is no longer fitting, especially when we look at the current political situation and economic situation in South Africa. It just seems like people don't care about people on the street. And it's not like it's happening now. It's just that now the economic issues are more pressing. But all right, let's move on. We're joined on the line by Botsang Muila. I don't know, Botsang. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Isaac, and good afternoon to your listeners. I'm
just fired up about SONA. I don't know if it's anger or it's frustration or whatever. My question to you, I'm doing a whole preview and build up to the SONA, and I'm asking, different analysts, different questions, and I'm deciding to take a different radical angle with you. Do you think we need the SONA anyways?
I personally, and based on experience and the political conditions in the country, we do not need that show. That show of a process that was created from the colonial monster of England, as well as the ANC over time and the apartheid government. We do not need it as a country. It's a show off. The ruling party has had its manifesto, for example, this particular year. They've had its manifesto towards the elections. So everything that they say in their manifesto is obviously things that they want to implement if they are voted back into power. But they are in power as a ruling party at the moment. We don't need to go to SONA and state what the government is intending to do. And when you look after 12 months, the government never, even once since the State of the Nation address in 19 95 has the government come back to the people of this country, and they have achieved what they have set for themselves. So this is a party, this is a show-off thing, it's a red carpet event, as you said. I don't think we need it. And the people of the Republic, you are correct, that's my observation as well. The people of the Republic of South Africa are not interested in this show. They are not interested. It does not add value to the people, and the ruling parties have known and learned that people are not interested in the State of the Nation address. They're interested in service delivery and seeing the result of what the government has promised in their manifesto when they were elected 5 years back into power. And that's what people want to hear and see, not another new set of promises.
We're not saying people must look poor. It's not what we're saying, but at this point in time, and you see, and the thing that angers, and I'm following Twitter as we speak, people are angered that names which were dropped during the state capture inquiry of corruption and everything, they're walking through the red carpet like nothing happened. That's number one. Number two, young people are saying all this money that is spent on fashions and whatever, it could be best used for social welfare, like free education, like water and sanitation, and we're just tired.
Well, I think the government may sit and argue today, and this is what the attempt they did, to say they've cut the spending of SONA to 47%, with 47%, and there will be no dinner and all that. However, there is spending. We may sit and give them the benefit of the doubt to say the clothes they are wearing is their own personal money. It's not government money. And some of them, we all know that it's beneficiaries of illicit and illegal activities. That's why they are dressed beautifully than me and you today. However, there is still spending to have the Air Force aircraft flying, to have the SNT of government officials who have been to Cape Town, who are going to claim SNT, the traveling to Cape Town. You know, those are the hidden costs, the behind-the-scene costs to have an Air Force jet flying for this show of peace. That money could have been used elsewhere. We cannot glorify an event like this when actually we still have children in Limpopo and KwaZulu-Natal who are falling into pit latrines and dying because of that. I'm saying the government could be using some of these resources to can render at least the basics. The people of Malamulele, the people of Giyani are drinking dirty water. To fly one, Air Force jet for an hour, it costs over 100,000 rand.
Yeah.
If I can tell you. And that money, 100,000 rand, could have been used to build at least 20,000 toilets in the rural areas, or to can put taps of clean water in Giyani. But our politicians are aloof. They are not thinking along the lines of the population, especially their voters. We all know that the ruling party in South Africa receives most of its votes from Limpopo, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Eastern Cape rural areas. Yet those are the people who are the most neglected. Those are the people who are only remembered when it's time to go for elections. And unfortunately, this SONA, as much as the ANC has tried to make sure that it's not a dinner money spending cocktail event, but it will not have the glitz and the glamour that it used to have, and people will not be listening to it to hear the promises. Actually, I'm one of the people who are going to watch how the EFF is going to disrupt the sitting president. So what we have seen in the past years, I'm expecting it to happen tonight, how the DA is going to push a legal point to try and incriminate the sitting president regarding the Bosasa monies. And you are correct, Isaac. These people are sitting there smiling and taking photos and photo shooting as if the situation is normal in the country while we are in an abnormal situation.
What issues are you expecting Cyril Ramaphosa to avoid talking about during his SONA?
Well, I don't think he is going to avoid talking about his campaign donations from Bosasa. He will be very naive to refuse to talk about it. I think what he's going to attempt to do is to answer to that question very shortly or to mention it in a very short space of time. And we all know that they are going to say they are trying to pay back the money to Busafa since it was illegally obtained and he was not aware of it. But I also